At this moment, I have a little over 4,000 followers on Instagram, and the truth is that it's actually super easy to get there. And it doesn't cost you anything, unlike some of the less ethical strategies out there, like, for example, buying followers. Now, I know that in today's world, the fake it till you make it type of mentality is very popular. And yeah, you can buy followers and easily get 100,000 followers with that, but those followers will not be interested in your product, in what you have to offer. They will not buy your stuff, and they will not even like your post. And so you will have 100,000 followers, but only 100 likes or 200 likes, which is embarrassing. Unless you also buy a lot of likes every time you post something, which would suddenly turn it into a super extremely expensive strategy. And so those tactics, they don't work. They are not long-term strategies. In this video, we will be talking about a long-term strategy, an organic way of growing your Instagram, because organic actually leads to sales, actually leads to making money from your Instagram, instead of being some kind of wannabe popular Oprah Winfrey or something. So let's start off right away. When it comes to Instagram, growing your Instagram all the way in the beginning when you have 0 followers, what you want to do is get rid of that number 0 as quickly as possible, because people who are coming on your profile and see that you have 0 followers, they will not be likely to check your profile out. They will not be likely to scan your posts and to see what you're all about. And so you want to get rid of that as quickly as possible. The best way to do that is with something that Instagram recommends itself. Namely, connecting your Instagram to your Facebook and then bulk following all of your Facebook friends in one session. Now, if you have 1,000 Facebook friends and you follow all of them all at once, a lot of them will just follow you back because they're friendly people and you're a friendly person, so you have friendly friends, and suddenly you have 100 to 200 followers on Instagram. I mean, that's in a couple of days. And if you connect this to some of the strategies that I will be explaining further in this video, you will get up to 500 followers in just a couple of days. That's very, very quickly. Now, on top of this, these followers also will be fairly engaging because they know you, they're familiar with you, they are interested in what you have to offer and what you have to say. They're curious. Perhaps they're not interested, they're just curious. They want to see how you are doing on Instagram. And so a lot of engagement, a lot of likes, some comments, etc., etc., etc. Now, this sounds pretty easy, but it can actually be emotionally fairly tough. I remember not doing this because I didn't want to follow all my Facebook friends and then make sure that they would see all my Instagram posts. I was kind of afraid of what they would think. Perhaps they would laugh with it. Perhaps they would think it's a bad thing or something. And so I didn't do that myself. And there are social media pages where I get millions of views, thousands of comments, tens of thousands of likes on one single post alone. And I didn't do that for those social media pages. And so you don't have to do this. This is not a necessity, but it is going to be the quickest way in the beginning to get those first followers coming in. Now, after you've bulk followed your Facebook friends, the real work starts. And just like anything in life, if you want to get something, you have to actually go out there and get it yourself. And so on Instagram, that's the same thing. If you want followers, you have to get out there and get those followers coming to your page. Now, what does that mean? Getting out there and getting those followers. It means that you, first of all, find your ideal customer / follower, and then engage with them. Like their posts, write comments underneath their posts, meaningful comments, perhaps even follow them, etc., etc. Now, the key here is to actually know how to find those ideal customers and those ideal followers. Because if you, for example, would go to, let's say, a hashtag, a relevant hashtag for your niche, and then you go to the top 50 posts, and then you do that on those posts, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's gonna be a waste of your time completely. Let's say that you're an artist and you want to sell art, and you go to the hashtag contemporary art, and you want to find collectors ideally, and you go to the top 50 posts, you will not find any collectors there. You will not find an ideal customer underneath that hashtag. Or it's going to be very hard to find them. It's going to take an insane amount of time just to find one collector, let alone that collector is going to actually want to buy your stuff and is interested in your type of art, your type of product. And so this is not the way to go. And so what I would recommend is one of the following 2 ways. Now, the first way is to go to your competitors and look at their following section. Let's take the same example. Let's say you're an artist and you're selling art and you want to find art collectors. Then you go to galleries and you click on the people that they are following themselves. Not the hashtags, not the people that are commenting on their posts. No, the people that they are following. Why? Because the people that they are following are people that they value a lot. Are people that they want to do something for, bring value to. Oftentimes they're collectors, the people that buy from them, they're customers. And one of the best ways to celebrate your customers, to praise your customers, to put them in the spotlight is by following them and then liking their post, commenting on their post, helping them with their engagement. And so a lot of those people will be collectors. And the same for other industries. After you found your ideal customer, you go on their profile and you first look if they are active. Because if they're not active on Instagram, then we don't want to waste time interacting with them. If they are active, then you go and read the captions underneath their post. You go and look at their post and then you like some of the posts that you like and you comment a meaningful comment that you actually think when you're reading that caption, not just a generic, hey, I like this a lot. No, a real comment. And then you might follow them. If you're interested in their post and their style and their whatever, you follow them and you do that again next week, and you do that again 2 weeks later, and you do that again a month later. Because the truth is that most people are not interested in somebody when they read one comment of them or see them appear once on their feed. Familiarity is a very important thing. And so after you comment several times, they will check out your profile. If you comment on a weekly basis on one of their posts with a meaningful comment, and you do that for 2 months, I can guarantee you that all of them will check out your profile. They will. And then some of them, 20% of them, will follow you back. And then you have those people and you can connect with them and you can talk with them, etc., etc., etc. Now you have to understand that this is not a follow-unfollow strategy. Sure, if you follow somebody, then they will be very likely to follow you back without any comments, without anything, because of reciprocation. People like to reciprocate. And so you could potentially abuse that psychological vulnerability. But the truth is that those people will not buy your service or buy your product. I mean, nobody is buying a product just because you followed them. That's just not that doesn't happen. And so you will get followers, but that will not result in sales. So that's not a long-term strategy. Now, let's say that you're not selling a product, but you're selling a service. In that case, you want to make sure that you find your ideal customer, which is a person that has the problem that your service, your course, your one-on-one sessions solves. Now, the way that you do that is slightly different. Again, you go to your competitors, but this time you go to very, very big pages, people with hundreds of thousands of followers, at least a couple of hundred comments on each post. And then what you do is you go to the comment section of their post, and then you will see people asking questions about the problems that they are having. Now, these pages, they will get, on let's say one post, they will get 25 comments that are questions of those 400 comments that they get, or 500 or 1,000, whatever. 25 questions. They cannot reply to all of those questions. If they get 25 questions in the comment section, you can assure that they will get 100 or more questions every single day. I get several questions in my DM section on Instagram a day with only 4,000 followers. That is way more than the questions that I get in the comment section, which means that if you see 25 questions in the comment section, they will get at least 25 questions in the DM section, at least. Now, here's the thing. These pages are way too big. They cannot answer all of those questions. They cannot do that. And so that's where you come in with your answers. You go and reply to those comments with real, meaningful, helpful answers to their questions. Now, in return, those people will then, some of those people at least, will then go to your profile because you're so friendly. You're just helping them out for free, out of nowhere. And then they will see on your profile that you are making content about that topic that answers a lot of their questions. And on top of that, they also know that you are reachable. You're small. They can actually contact you and then get a response. And because of that, many of them will follow you. Now, this is one of the most powerful ways, especially in the beginning, to grow your Instagram. But as you can see, it's not a scalable strategy. This is something that you don't do if you have 50,000 followers. But in the beginning, extremely powerful. Now, I will warn you, however, that if you do this, there will be pages that will be somewhat mad at you, because those pages will think that you are stealing customers from them. Now, I can assure you that this is complete BS. You are not stealing customers from them, and there's just an abundance of people out there. And I can assure you that the best business people will understand that what you're doing is actually positive. What you're doing is helping them out. You are basically a free community manager that they don't have to pay. That is making sure that the comment section underneath their post is more interesting. Plus, you're also pushing their engagement up. And so you're helping them out more than you are helping yourself out in that situation. And so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And so if you stumble upon a profile that is mad at you because you're doing that, then just go to the next profile. Just don't start discussing. Just move on. Pick another profile. Most of the profiles will not be mad at you. And there are people who think that this strategy is unethical, but I mean, I really don't understand that at all. You helping somebody solve a problem for free in the comment section is not unethical. That's called being a good person. And so being a good person is never unethical. Being a good person is still just being a good person. And that's a good thing. You should not be afraid of that. The people who call that unethical are oftentimes people who deep inside are lazy, and it's an expression of their laziness. Because they know that this method takes an extreme amount of time. It's going to take you 2 hours a day for 7 days, for a whole year. And so that's a lot of work. They want to talk themselves out of it and call it unethical because now they have a reason to not do it. Oh yeah, it's unethical. Boom, it's done. And so you don't want to be one of those people. And this is also one of the reasons why a lot of these videos that are recommending you easy stuff like hashtag strategies are doing so well on YouTube. Why? Because people want easy stuff. The problem is that those easy things, they don't actually work. And so don't shy away from hard things. The hard things is most of the times where all the benefits, all the money, all the results are. Now, these are by far the 2 best ways to grow your Instagram profile in the beginning. But there is one more way. There's a third way that's kind of a secret way that might be the best one of them all. And that is to like this video. Hit the like button because it also helps with the algorithm, helps me out, and hopefully gives you some good karma for your Instagram journey. Joking aside, another thing that is actually massive and that took me 4 or 5 years to understand it after I first heard it, something that somehow is very hard to understand, is that you should not focus on likes as a metric for your success. The truth is that likes don't mean anything. I know people who have 200 likes a post and are making multiple 6 figures, and I know people who have 5,000 likes every single post and are making peanuts, are only getting brand deals, and that's it. And so what I would recommend you to use as a metric, as a KPI for your business, is to focus on the views that you get on your stories and the reactions to those stories. Because all the money is in the DM section of Instagram. And so the amount of private messages that you get should be the metric for your success. Here's how I see it. I see Instagram as a store, and the posts are the storefront. And everybody that comments and likes those posts are looking at the storefront. The people, however, who look at the stories and comment on those stories are the people who step inside the store and actually think about buying stuff. It's the people inside the store that are going to generate money for you, not the people standing on the street looking at the storefront. Now, there's one more tip that I want to give you. In order to get 2, 3, 4, 500 likes every single post, even though you only have 800, 1,000 followers by that point. And this is something that you can only do if you have 800 followers. If you have 1,000 followers, 2,000, 3,000 followers. This is something that you cannot do anymore. 20k, 30k, 40k followers in. And that is to do community building, community engagement, and timing that engagement properly. So what are you going to do? You are going to listen to all of the comments that you're getting, all of the likes that you're getting, and you're going to scan for people who like a lot of your posts, who comment regularly. And then you will not only reply, you will send them a DM. You will thank them for their support. You will thank them for the things that they're doing for you, the likes, the comments, and you will start a conversation. And then you build a relationship with them. Now here's the key. Here's the key part of this. You want to, for example, let's say have 100 conversations going. And let's say that you post your post on Wednesday, once a week on Wednesday. What you then want to do is you want to finish all of those conversations, 100 of them, on Wednesday, the hours before you post. So let's say you work 3 hours before you post or 4 hours before you post, you finish all of those conversations. Now all of these people have you freshly in their mind when they see your post on their feed and will likely comment, likely like your post. And so this is an engagement hack that takes a lot of work, but is also real. I mean, you just communicate it with these people. This will result in more likes, way more comments. Sometimes, I mean, if you have 800 followers, you can easily get 40, 50 comments on your post with this strategy. Now, the reason this works well is because you have a very small Instagram page. Let's say you have 500 followers and you have, let's say you can at max have a conversation with 100 people at the same time. So you have that conversation, then right before you post, you finish that conversation. Now 100 people, those 100 people will be very, very likely to comment and interact with your post that you now post. Like if that is 100 or 500 is 20% of your followers. And so with this strategy, if you do that several times, you can have an engagement of 20, 30, 40, 50% or even higher on your post. If you, for example, have 20,000 followers, then 120,000, that's 0.5% engagement. That's 0.5% of your followers. And so that barely has an impact. But if you have 500 followers, it's insane. And if you get an engagement of 50%, which is way higher than 99.9% of all Instagram pages, Instagram will think that your post is amazing, that it's just the best post ever, and they will show it to other people on the Explore page. And so this strategy, you can only do it if you're a small channel, if you're a small page. Now here's the danger with this tip, and this is kind of the danger with everything that I explained in this video. You will eventually get 1,000, 2,000, perhaps even 3,000 followers with these strategies, and you will not make any money. You can ask your friends that have 3,000 followers. Most of them, if not all of them, will not make a single dime from their Instagram accounts. The danger is that you will start focusing on likes and comments as a metric for your success, and that's just not the right strategy. That's just not the right way. And so in order to make this video complete, we should be talking about how to sell on Instagram, how to make money from Instagram. But here's the thing. That would be another 15 minutes. And frankly, completely different video. And so I'm very sorry, but we're not going to do that. Predominantly because I already did. It's called How to Sell on Instagram Without Having a Lot of Followers. And it's a whole series with several videos, each not repeating one another. And you could be watching it. I mean, it's gonna help you out. My name is Dries Ketels and hope to see you around. Ciao, ciao.